Well, it's always good to get the season started at home. That's a little bit more maybe excitement. You've got certainly some people in the crowd that are a little bit more in your favor. So kind of gets the ball rolling a little bit. Gives us an opportunity to do some things different. It's still early, early in the training, early in the season, but it's sort of like a wake-up call. Gets you started in that racing mood, mode of operation, and just kind of gets things rolling. So it's always good to be at home. Kind of starts stair-stepping the intensity up. Needless to say, Virginia Tech is always a good battle. They're strong in some areas, we're strong in some areas, so it'll always be interesting. We're down there in Hokie land, so we'll see what we can do in terms of giving them a stiff competition, but always some real good races when we go up against them. Then you're basically talking about the top of the Big Ten and the top of the ACC, both on the men's side and the women's side on the other end. And we'll be down in Virginia this year, so that kind of puts you right in the thick of things real quick. Can kind of give you some immediate perspective on what the end of the season is going to look like, both from a conference standpoint and from an NCAA standpoint. So if you haven't woken up by that point in the season, it'll be a quick wake-up call and kind of put the end of the season in focus a little bit. So real good try and meet for us before our invitational at Ohio State this year, and we look forward to it. I'm going to go to the Ohio State Invitational this year, which is actually the weekend before Thanksgiving. So just something a little bit different. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Very similar in terms of the level of competition. The teams we're not quite sure who's going to be there yet, but it's a little bit different. The format will be the same, so the events and all that will be the same. Just the timing's a little bit different. We want to try something a little bit different. We'll still suit up, rest a little bit for it. So it'll certainly kind of give us a platform to lay out for the rest of the season in terms of where we're at, where we're strong, technically, what we need to work on for the back half of the season. It'll actually give us a little earlier start for the back half of the season. So we're kind of changing up our seasonal format and the way we're planning out the work that we're going to be doing. And so, like I said, just a little different angle, moves things up a couple of weeks. Not a big change, but enough that it'll make the back half of the season a little bit more interesting for us. Well, coming off a training trip, and really you're pretty much looking at the home stretch, going into championship season. So those races are real important in terms from a race strategy standpoint. It's just a flat-out intensity and focus. Really, those are your last couple of dress rehearsals before you get to Big Ten championships. This year we're at home, so we're looking forward to welcoming those folks to our pool and going at it a little bit. Navy's always fun to compete against. I have a great deal of respect for those folks, their program, and the way they do things, so we'll look forward to banging heads with them a little bit the following week. Then we'll finish up at Villanova, give us an opportunity to do some different things. So it's pretty good kind of 1, 2, 3 series that kind of really sets things up, gives us a nice setup going into the championship season. So it's a good way to set up the back half of the season. Gives us some different options in terms of the races that we do, mixing it up a little bit, and kind of sets the tone. A couple weeks later, you're at Big Tens, and a couple weeks later, you're at NCAAs. So it's a good prep for us for sure. Well, I think on the men's side, we had some good things happen. Not enough. We had some young people do some good things at Big Tens. Shane Ryan's going to be returning to the program for his senior year, so that's certainly going to add a tremendous amount of punch to the program. So we're very excited about that. And we've got some folks coming in that we feel can help us also. On the women's side, we lost a lot of people. We lost 10 graduating seniors on the women's side. That said, we've got 9 walking in the door, young women that we think can really fill that void and fill it relatively quickly. And we've got enough of the juniors that are going to be seniors and the other folks that are coming back that if if we stay focused and we come together as a team, I don't see any reason why we should skip a beat. I think we can actually be as good or better than we can on both sides of the fence, both the men's and the women's program. So we're very excited about the fall. We got a lot of work to do, and come September, the end of August, we're going to get at it and be ready to go.